Shane Gillis shocks ESPYs 2025 with controversial monologue featuring Caitlin Clark, Trump, and Epstein. Jokes comedian Shane Gillis kicked off the 2025 ESPY Awards with a fiery monologue that lit up the Dolby Theater and social media. In equal measure, his brand of raw, boundary-pushing comedy drew both standing ovations and stunned silence as jokes targeting everyone from Donald Trump to WNBA star Caitlin Clark stirred up a storm of reactions across the internet. The Netflix Tire star wasted no time diving into taboo territory. After honoring the late Norm Macdonald, Shane Gillis dropped punchlines about Jeffrey Epstein, Mike Pence, and even joked about Trump staging a UFC fight on the White House lawn. While some found his unapologetic delivery refreshing, others called it tasteless, particularly during segments that veered into politics and gender. But it was his Caitlin Clark joke that ignited the fiercest backlash. When Caitlin Clark retires from the WNBA, he said she's going to work at a Waffle House so she can keep doing what she loves most, fist-fighting black women. The room responded with a mix of awkward laughter and shocked silence. Given Clark's recent groin injury, which kept her out of the ESPYs and possibly the All-Star weekend, the timing felt especially poor to many viewers. Online, the reaction was immediate and divided. Hashtags like "Cancel Gillis," "Why ESPYs 2025," and "Caitlin Clark" began trending as fans and critics debated whether edgy humor still belongs on the ESPYs stage, especially during a year when athletes and advocacy often take center stage. Traditionally known for honoring athletic excellence and social impact, has a complicated history with comedy. Hosts like Norm Macdonald, John Cena, and Peyton Manning have previously walked the line between edgy and respectful. Still, Shane Gillis, already a polarizing figure after his 2019 SNL controversy, may have shifted that line entirely. Adding fuel to the fire were additional jabs at Adam Silver, Juan Soto, and Shedeur Sanders, which Shane Gillis peppered in between jokes about UFC and NBA locker rooms. Attendees, including WNBA legend Diana Taurasi, whose name Shane Gillis mispronounced, was seen reacting uncomfortably. Amidst the outrage, one thing is clear. Shane Gillis's ESPY monologue controversy has reignited the debate over what comedy should look like in 2025, particularly when race, gender, and politics intersect with pop culture and sports. It was supposed to be a celebration of sports' biggest achievements. Instead, the 2025 ESPYs will be remembered for the night Shane Gillis stormed the stage like a heat-seeking missile, detonating punchlines that left the audience equal parts laughing, wincing, and staring blankly into their cocktails. The stand-up comedian and SNL exile delivered an opening monologue so controversial it trended before the teleprompter even dimmed. America's Locker Room. Gillis opened with a self-aware smirk, dressed like a man who had just lost a bet on a golf course. Casual blazer, jeans, and that unmistakable "I'm about to ruin your night" glint in his eye. Welcome to the ESPYs, or as Caitlin Clark calls it, the one room where no one is trying to elbow her in the ribs. That was the light stuff. Caitlin Clark, fresh off a WNBA Rookie of the Year award and still at the center of a culture war, swirling around women's basketball, was a predictable target. But Gillis didn't go for stats or sportsmanship. He dove straight into the media maelstrom. "I haven't seen this many people mad at a blonde girl since that time Taylor Swift told people to vote," he quipped, eyes darting across the room as the first groans bubbled up. Then came the Trump joke, delivered with the casual cadence of someone tossing gasoline at a fire, just to see what happens. "They said I couldn't host the ESPYs because I'm too political. I told them, if Donald Trump can run for president from a courtroom, I can tell jokes from a room full of millionaires who think they're oppressed." The air went thin. The room tensed. Tom Brady sipped his drink without blinking. LeBron gave a polite laugh. Patrick Mahomes shifted in his seat like someone who realized he was sitting next to the HR department. But Gillis wasn't finished. Not by a long shot. "There's a new Netflix doc on Jeffrey Epstein coming out," he announced as the crowd visibly recoiled. "Yeah, that guy had more visitors in the Olympic Village. Difference is, these athletes leave with medals, not trauma." A gasp, a nervous chuckle, a stage manager holding his breath backstage. Audience whiplash. Gillis didn't just toe the line. He set it on fire, urinated on the ashes, and invited the world to roast marshmallows over it. ESPN brass looked like they were trying to telepathically summon the Wrap It Up music. But it wasn't all edge for edge's sake. Buried beneath the barbs was a twisted commentary on celebrity, hypocrisy, and the strange intersection of sports and politics. You people lecture America from hot tub sponsored by Gatorade, Gillis said. Let's not pretend LeBron's tweet from 2016 is what brought down systemic injustice. He was relentless, swerving from trans athletes in high school wrestling. I haven't seen this many arguments about who belongs where since my family tried to use one bathroom during Thanksgiving. To NIL deals. Some of these college kids are making more than me, and I'm the one telling jokes in front of Kevin Durant. A divided room. By the end of the monologue, half the audience seemed in awe, the other half in a state of collective paralysis. Social media erupted. Within 5 minutes, Shane Gillis ESPYs was trending on X, alongside hashtags like cancel Gillis and he said what we all think. One former athlete tweeted, "Was it offensive? Yes, but also funny. The problem is, we forgot how to take a joke unless it comes with an apology and a TED Talk." Another, "Imagine making Epstein jokes at a sports award show. Imagine thinking that's edgy. This isn't comedy, it's desperation." ESPN's delicate statement hours later. ESPN released a vague statement. The ESPYs have long embraced diverse voices in sports and comedy. Tonight's monologue reflected one of those voices. Provocative, unfiltered, and certainly unique. Translation, please don't sue us. Legacy or liability. Whether you view Shane Gillis as a truth teller in an age of censorship or a provocateur out of touch with nuance, one thing is certain. He made the SBS unforgettable. And so, in an era where most award shows are algorithm approved and controversy averse, Gillis delivered raw, unapologetic chaos, equal parts stand-up special and social experiment. And maybe that's exactly what he wanted. As the show continued with awards and tributes, the energy never quite recovered. Athletes accepting honors awkwardly referenced the monologue. "Well, at least I wasn't in the Epstein joke," joked one. And presenters tiptoed like they were navigating a minefield. Backstage, one anonymous producer was overheard muttering, "We asked for edgy. We got a Molotov cocktail." The fallout continues. In the days that followed, sponsors released carefully worded statements. Sports talk shows debated the ethics of comedy. And Shane Gillis? He released a simple video from his podcast studio. "Hey, if I offended you, good. That means you were listening." He grinned. Cut to black. Conclusion, the joke that keeps echoing, the ESPYs 125 will be remembered not for who won Best Male Athlete or which team took home Best Play, but for a 10-minute monologue that rattled the cage. Shane Gillis didn't just deliver jokes. He cracked open the performative gloss of celebrity sports culture and held up a jagged mirror. The world of sports prides itself on toughness, grit, and resilience. But when a comedian tells the kind of jokes that punch back, do we still have the stomach for it?